హలో నమస్తే, వెల్కమ్ టు ఎన్టీవీ. నేను మీ హారిక. మనం స్పోర్ట్స్లో అన్ని స్పోర్ట్స్ చూసుంటాం. క్రికెట్ టీము, హాకీ, వరల్డ్ కప్, టెన్నిస్, బ్యాడ్మింటన్, ఇలా ఎన్ని వరల్డ్ కప్స్ చూసినాము. బట్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైం మోటార్ సైకిల్ రేసింగ్ టీం వస్తుంది. అది కూడా ఇండియాని రిప్రజెంట్ చేసుకుంటూ ఇండి రేసింగ్ టీం వచ్చేస్తుంది. మరి ఈ ఇండి రేసింగ్ టీం గురించి మరెన్నో విషయాలు ఈరోజు తెలుసుకుందాం. ఫస్ట్లీ కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్ అండి టు బిగిన్ అన్ రిమార్కబుల్ జర్నీ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా రిప్రజెంటింగ్ మోటార్ స్పోర్ట్స్. సో ఫస్ట్లీ అంటే మీరు 3 concepts which I liked most. It's EV, it's gender inclusivity, and it's terribly dangerous, but you have maintained safety measures and representing India. So inni things okate dantlo cheyadaniki lot of risk, lot of investment, lot of challenges kavali. How did you do all of this?
I think it starts with a dream. I think it starts with a dream that India needs to be represented on the World Championships. When MotoGP came to India, there was obviously the love for the sport, the motor enthusiasts chusaru meeru andaru elnamu, but we didn't know which team to cheer for, and I think having a team from India to cheer for is the first big step. Second thing endante, there is no series andi akkada which does equality the way this series does. Equality is not okay, men koka race separate ga, women koka race separate kaakunda one single race la both men and women participating is unheard of. And it's not just this, it is unheard of in any sport. Meer ఏ sport ana తీసుకోండి, men and women do not participate in the same thing. So that is something that attracted me to the series, that if at all we are going to be representing and making the country proud, we need that equality part of it. The sustainability is a big thing from the government. మీరు చూస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు out of 20 million bikes that are sold, 1 million bikes are electric bikes. India has the most number of electric bikes in the world, right? So these sort of numbers, in spite of the fact that we have 300 million registered bikes, we have 20 million being registered every year, we don't have any representation from the country, and that's the motivation that we started with. Yeah.
Great. So మొత్తం టీమ్ ఎంతమంది ఉంటుంది అండ్ హౌ డు అంటే ఏ ఛాంపియన్షిప్లో ఏమేం ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఉంటాయి?
The logistics of the team, the back end of it, pit crews kani, bikes kani, the logistics, moving the bikes from one country to another country, all of that is a big logistics. There are about 30-40 people that go at part of it. You will always only see the racers that are the top of the pyramid. Yeah, the face of the team. We have 2 Indian racers that we want to promote, thereby creating that awareness within the country as well, and also giving that platform for our own Indian racers. Aishwarya Pise is our first Indian racer, woman, we got our woman on. We're also looking for the first Indian male racer to participate in the World Championships from India.
Great.
And globally we have Sandra, who was here. She's from Spain, and a Canadian, Spencer Wilton. Yeah.
Great. సో మీరు మెన్షన్ చేశారు కదా, యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఈవీ వెహికల్స్ యూ వాంటెడ్ టు ప్రమోట్ డ్యూ టు సస్టైనబిలిటీ. సో ఈ ఈవీ వెహికల్స్ రేంజ్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, స్పీడ్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, అండ్ బ్యాటరీ బ్యాకప్ మీరు మెన్షన్ చేశారు చేంజ్ కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు అని. సో వాట్ వుడ్ బి ద ఈవీ?
రైట్, మోర్ దెన్ ద రేంజ్, ఇట్స్ ద అబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ the delivery of the power అండి దీంట్లో. ఎందుకంటే obviously you have 0 to full power in less than a second, right? So how do we deliver that power, and how do we create that that future for the rest of the regular bikes? ఏమవుతుంది అంటే అటువంటి పవర్ వచ్చినప్పుడు that trickle down effect of technology comes into the bikes on the road. So if we can push that battery charging ratio and the time that is required to charge the ratio and reduce it, because race requirements మాకు FIM నుంచి వస్తాయి that you can only charge it for so much time, you can only do certain things, so which means that technological advances కావాలి. ఆ అడ్వాన్సెస్ రెగ్యులర్ బైక్స్లలో, నార్మల్ కమ్యూటర్ బైక్స్లోకి వస్తుంది. సో
అండ్ ఇంకో థింగ్ ఏం మెన్షన్ చేశారంటే బైక్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో దే కెన్ గెట్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ ఓన్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్స్ అని. బట్ ఈ ఓన్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరర్స్ వల్ల తీసుకోవడం వల్ల దేర్ ఆర్ సమ్ పాసిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ టేకింగ్ అడ్వాంటేజ్. అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు దే మెకానిజం కానీ చూసుకోవడం కానీ. సో is there a challenge in it?
అంటే it's the same thing globally. If you look at the big names of the world, be it Honda, be it Hero, be it TVS, our own favorite bikes from India, and if you look at Ducati, they all have their own bikes in the championship. For us, obviously, we are not a manufacturing team. We are a team that's representing the country, which means that we are free to go out there and get whatever bikes across the world. Hopefully, eventually, something that India would make perfectly that would suit this series.
Okay, so ప్రస్తుతానికి ఏ ఈవీ వెహికల్స్ ని చూస్ చేశారు?
మేము KTM is what we are using. We are race tuned in France. It's called KTM 34. We are working along with them to race tune it. Yeah.
Okay, so మొత్తానికి టోర్నమెంట్ ఎప్పుడు బిగిన్ అవుతుంది అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద టీమ్?
So February 17th will be our first race. It will be in Japan, And yeah, I hope that the country gets to know about this and cheers us for the February 17th. And the final race will be in India as a grand finale. Between that, we'll have races ikkada mana Norway lo okati untadi. We'll also have a race in France, in Spain, in Switzerland, of course. Yeah.
Okay. All the very best. I really hope ఇంకా చాలా మంది motorcycle enthusiasts should come and step in this kind of sports and make us proud. Thank you so much. So we have the racing team representing India with us, Aishwarya and Sandra. Hi, how are you doing? Hello. Great to see you. Firstly, congratulations. You will be the face of and the pride of the nation in racing team. So how do you feel to get this opportunity firstly?
I think it's a great step for India to participate as a registered team outside, and I think it's a good step towards motorsport getting a lot more limelight and creating more world champions.
Okay, how do you feel?
I feel so good. It's always good to have a new country inside the championship, but to represent it is an honor to be there, and I will do my best.
Oh, great. So firstly, this sport is quite more dangerous than anything I can must say. So what are the skills required and who will be the parameters that to be eligible to step in this kind of sports?
I think any sport is dangerous, and I think especially with motorsport, it's more about skill, the practice, the number of hours that you put in. This is a crossover both like a supercross and an enduro track and some trial sections. So I think training in a mix of all of this would be the skill set that would be necessary to be a part of this. And yeah, she can add more to it.
Yes, every track is different. In one track we can go super speed, and in other tracks we need to have more trials skills. So it's a challenge for us too. This year the travels will be longer to Japan, to India, from Europe for me. So everything is a new challenge, new bike, new team.
Okay.
But for me it's fine. I like it. I like to improve every race, and every race will ask for some new skills for sure, and we will be ready.
Challenges in every
Yes.
sport, yeah. So as you mentioned that it contains of lot of challenges, lot of risk involved in it. So when did you start training in it, and how was it? How was your first experience as a racer when you started it?
I started when I was 18. That was about 10 years ago. It's been an evolution of learning, understanding, evolving with the kind of races that I want to participate in. The first feeling was, especially since I come from India, riding motorcycles is technically breaking all the shackles that the society puts on us and do what you love. It does make me come alive, and I think that's what I love about racing.
Okay, so as a sport, like as it's going to the World Cup, obviously just like an India World Cup, it's like it will be about regarding the motorcycles. So can you brief us about the format and how would be the programs? Like what will the distance? What should be the speed? What are the challenges involved in it?
The program is during all the year, and will be different. I don't know. We cannot determine the speed or difficult of the things. It's just happen in the race, and we need to be ready for something that we don't know what is it.
So the race consists of 5 rounds, out of which I think it's a relay format like every other sport that you do watch. There are 9 teams that will participate. Whoever does the best is qualified to the next, to the finale, and the best team wins. This is the format of the race. And like Katrina mentioned, that it's a 500-meter track that, like she also mentioned, it's different from country to country. But the format will be more like a relay race where like the man and women get an equal opportunity to go against each other, and the best team wins.
Okay, so what would be the speed limit kind of thing? Anything?
I don't think there is any speed limit because it's not like a straight that you can go, but it's more about
There is obstacles between. There is rocks. There is corners.
Yeah, there's like
Water sometimes,
Yeah.
jumps.
Okay.
so it's not just a straight that you can go 0 to 100. It's being able to tackle all these obstacles without falling at the fastest speed possible to reach the finish line. So
Okay, what was the toughest race so far you have done?
for me has been I also do rallies. This is not the only race. So for me it's been Morocco Desert Challenge. It's a 8-day race that happens in Morocco.
For me, some hard enduro races like Romaniacs or Elsbeth Rodeo, but also Dakar Rally.
Okay. So as it mentioned that this race is going to be in this February or till November. So what are your expectations for this competition?
Any championship is not something that we win over a night. I think it's going to be race with race, collecting the points that's necessary for each race, evolving with the bike, the team, understanding everything that's necessary to make the winning team.
Okay. So how long it would be the timing? Actually, they also mentioned that we can recharge the battery in between. So what would be the timing of the entire champion?
So it's more like a relay race that goes on for a few minutes.
Yeah, every race is like 2.5, 3 minutes each team. Like a woman 1.10.20 seconds, 1 minute 20 seconds more or less, and also the man. And but depend of the track also, and is the season is all the year. As she said, it's 5 races, so it's very long. And we have during the day we have train, we have qualies, we have semi-finals, finals. So
In the same day, everything.
in the same day, and so the day will be long, and the year also will be long.
Okay. So lastly, what is your advice to the people who wanted to step in this kind of sport?
Well, when I got into this sport, especially in India, because I didn't have any inspiration to look at, I think through this whole initiative, and I always say through all my accolades as well, is that I didn't have anybody to look at to inspire me. But I believe we could. I aspire to inspire more youngsters and more people to actually take up the sport, come into this. It's a safe sport, and to look at it as a sport and not just a hobby.
Yes, well, I have some reference in Europe. It was more girls, and also I have men's reference. I have a big brother, 4 years older. We grow up together, and we grow up as riders or kids or people, not as women or men. So when I put the helmet, I'm just a rider and I go. It doesn't matter if I'm a girl or a man. And my reference were another athletes, not only in motorsports. So I think for the kids will be the same. I'm happy if I'm a reference for them and I can help them to inspire his dreams, her dreams. Yeah.
Thank you. It was really wonderful. All the very best. Hopefully, you make the nation proud.
Thank you very much.